Hello and welcome to Healthy Husbands Podcast, a podcast dedicated to men who have lost their way, ruining countless relationships with spouse and girlfriends. Hopkins Fitness gives you great information to get your life back on track. Please save this podcast and visit hopkinsfitness.com. Check out our YouTube channel at Jason Hopkins, aka Healthy Husband Coach, to get your health, relationship, and life back. Don't forget to sign up for his free ebook, It's Time to Get Back Your Life. The day of being unhealthy and miserable is over, men. Here's your host, Jason Hopkins.
What is going on, healthy husbands and wannabe healthy husbands? It's very excited to come to you. I'm really trying to put all the pieces together and bring you this podcast. As long as I can touch one person, that's all that matters. And I just want to have a couple stories today. I'm not diving into the fitness and all that other stuff. Obviously, you found me. You know that you got to start working out. And it's time to get your life back together. And I want to start off with a story. It's called A Speaker and a $20 Bill. You may have heard this. You may not have. But anyway, there's a speaker, and he's talking to a group about 200 people. And he asked them if they would like this $20 bill. All hands went up. He said, I will give this to one of you, but first, let me do this. He crumbled it up the bill. Who still wants it? Hands all went up. Okay, then. He dropped it on the ground and started to grind it into the floor. Then he picked it up, all dirty, dust, crap on the floor. It was crumbled, still in one piece. Says, who still wants this? All the hands still went up. And the lesson behind this little short story in this brief podcast is that you still have value. The $20 bill had value. Even though it was crumbled, even though it was dirty, even though it was broken a little, it still had value in today's society. And many times in our lives, we are dropped, crumbled, to our knees, on the ground, with the dirt. And we have to realize that through those decisions and circumstances that come our way, no matter what, we have value. And I don't want to sound overly, what's the word? I'm not great at this stuff. That's why you're going to love my podcast. I just kind of hit straight to the core. I don't want to sound too cheery, too overly rambunctious and trying to get you to feed and drink the Kool-Aid. I'm not. You're fat. But at the same time, you basically, you have fat on you. Doesn't mean you're fat. Yeah, I called you fat, but I'm trying to trigger some stuff. You have to get working out. You're overweight. You have fat on you. Don't let that define you. You have fingernails. That doesn't mean you're a fingernail. I know it sounds really stupid, but I read that I didn't come up with that myself. I still like it though. You're not really a fingernail, even though you have fingernails. You're not really fat. You just have it on you. That doesn't define you. Your circumstances does not define you. And we have to break that psychological rut that you're in. It's more psychological than it is with the addiction of eating and not working out. And I really want to hit that home. It's the mindset of where you're at this moment that you really have to get over. You have to push past the heartache of the pain that you're going to discover when you start working out and as you start going, because that's why most people will start and then they stop. You, my friend, the one person that I'm trying to speak to, you're broken. You're addicted to food. Maybe your wife is even packing your lunch for you. And I have seen this with clients, and I have seen this with people out there that actually will throw that away and go out and buy fast food. That is not a way to live. You just have to fight through the pain it is when you start working out. Because what's going on is it's affecting your marriage. It's affecting your relationship with your kids. It's affecting your job. And you don't realize that yet. Hopefully you've stumbled onto this. That's what's going on. It's because you're overweight. You're disgusted with yourself. You're not happy. There's times that you probably don't even want to look in the mirror at yourself. And that's just talking with your clothes on when you're getting ready for work, not counting without your clothes on. So then what happens then? You're not confident in yourself. What happens then? You're not being affectionate to your spouse. And it just trickles down. And then you're going to be grumpy with your kids because you're not, what's the word? Sorry, I guess this is the way the podcast is going to roll with my first one. You're not getting laid with your spouse. So you're unhappy. Then you're insecure. Then you think she's cheating. You really are going down a hole that you should not be. And that's what this podcast is about. I just wanted to be quick. I wanted to tell a story. The very first one out there. I got a lot of crap to do on the back end that I have no idea about. All I know is how to work out and help people work out. Now I have to do this podcast. I have to do the internet. I have to do the Facebook. I have to do the marketing. I hope I get to the people that I'm trying to get to. I really do, because that is my main focus, is getting to them and getting them motivated to get into the gym. And then if by chance they want to work with me, that's just an added bonus. But for now, change that mindset. I mean, come on. Would you or would you not take that $20 bill that was thrown on the ground, stepped on, and crumbled up? That's what you have to decide. In society, it still has value. And the problem is you have value and you don't see it. You feel that you're worth nothing. And that's not the case. So, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to get out there. I just wish you the best, and I hope you email me with questions. HealthyHusbands@gmail.com. The beginning of this gave you the information on the website, the Instagram account, the Facebook. I mean, we got it all. If you want it, you will find it. And that's the big thing. But you need to realize that you actually have value is the biggest thing. Please take away from that. Sorry, my phone's blowing up with other clients. Just realize that you have value and that you mean something. You mean something to your spouse. You mean something to your kids. And first of all, you mean something to yourself. And if you don't fix this and get out of this route you're in, it will lead to one path only. And that's to a larger casket. And that doesn't mean that you've made gains, as people say, and you're a bodybuilder and you're huge and you have a big casket to fill. It means because you fed yourself with fat. So, anyway, hopkinsfitness.com. YouTube channel is Jason Hopkins, aka the Healthy Husbands Coach. And I wish you the best, and I hope you continue and save this podcast. Thank you.